Ooh, it's raining out. Good time to be working in the greenhouse. But I do have to get some stuff harvested out of the garden. I want to do an update on what we're doing in the garden. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Greenhouse, yes. Yeah, this stuff is growing. Let me start here. I've been harvesting salad crops and other crops out of the garden and in the greenhouse for the last 3 to 4 weeks. Now, about 3 weeks ago, I harvested from this bucket. And we have been eating on that salad for like crazy. It took us 2 weeks to get through all that salad. But we also been harvesting some, I just take scissors and cut these leaves off. And then also I harvest from the head cabbage that is growing out in the garden. And then I leave it in the ground and it'll regenerate new leaves for later use down the road. But I use this tub. I already harvested. As you can see, it grew back. This one I just harvested about 3 days ago. I just take scissors and cut them off and put them in with a head of that head cabbage out in the garden. And it is growing back also. This I have not harvested since I seeded it. So this is my next one. So we rotate the plants. And over here, the mustard greens. These are the Southern Giant mustard greens. I take and harvested this bucket and mixed it with that salad, and these leaves are growing back now. So we have this other bucket we can grow also. So what I harvested from the garden for the salads is I got a cucumber. Look at that cucumber. Oh, it's really good. That goes in the salad sliced up, and then also this radish sliced up. Look at that good radish. Just slice that up and put that in the salad. So it gives us a little bit of a variety in the salads. I'm having a hard time growing carrots, so we're not getting carrots in the garden. And the kale isn't mature yet because we love to put kale and cabbage in the salads, but those are coming. Let me show you this. This is a daikon radish. Yes, look at that tuber. That is wonderful. What I do is I use this in place of a potato. Just chop it up and then fry it up with my eggs and my ham or whatever for breakfast. You can also cube it up and put it in with a soup or roast it with some meat instead of potatoes. Yeah, and feed this to the rabbits. Yeah, the rabbits get a real treat from those greens. Daikon radish. And then over here, I got a turnip, growing turnips. This you just boil up, clean up, boil up, and chop up with a soup, or even with the same way with this. We'll blend them together and make them both do the same thing. A variety of textures, a variety of flavors in the soups. But yeah, garden is producing. This is October 15th, and we have a lot growing out there in the garden right now, a lot. So let me give you a little tour of the greenhouse and what's germinated. Over here we started a bunch of seeds. I got kohlrabi that's all germinated. I've got Russian kale that did not germinate. I got the dwarf Siberian kale that did germinate. So I got a couple of kale. Plus I got some kale out in the garden that is actually growing. And then over here I've got some cabbage. All of that has germinated but one. Iceberg lettuce over here in this bucket, it's all germinated. And then I have some fennel and some collards. Yeah, they've germinated. Over here in this bucket, I finally got some germination going with fenugreek Bergamot is not, but basil, opal basil, and the Genovese basil, it's germinated. Thai basil is germinated. So basil must take a while to germinate, but once the basil's all long enough, I'll put them in the bigger pots, and then I'll go ahead and place them up here under these grow lights on this top shelf and let them grow out. So we'll have basil coming. Then once they've matured there, I'll go ahead and put them on the top shelf and let them just keep them growing out here. I'm going to try grow some carrots in some raised pots in here to see how well it does. I got to make sure it's really sandy and loose soil so they'll grow nice and big. I've done it before. I'm going to try it again because I'm not having any luck with carrots in my garden at all. Do have two variety of tomatoes in here. They're in bloom. We got a cherry tomato and a larger tomato, and when they bloomed, I just stick them outside because they're in those little pots, so I can pick them up and move them, so the bees can come through and pollinate them, so they'd fruit. So that's something to look forward to. So the garden is producing, and of course the houseplants up there are doing well. Did it stop raining? Yep, it passed over. So that's what's going on here on the homestead in the garden and the greenhouse and the harvest. It's nice not to have to run to the market and buy food. This gives me more freedom and more peace of mind of self-sufficiency and self-reliance here on my own homestead. I'm Jerry Hansen, your host. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm, or a frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Please stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing and clicking that bell icon that alerts you to new videos as I upload them. Give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. Be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in my next adventure. Bye-bye now.